Hey guys, welcome back to another one of these Odds and Sods videos. This is where I pull together a bunch of little picks and, from different times and just kind of throw them all together to make one video. And the majority of what we see right here are multiple trips to the used tool store in the city. And with the exception of this one item here, which is a marketplace find that was not local. So might as well start with this. This is one of these deals where a retired tool and die maker had put up a whole bunch of different tools in a picture and was looking to sell and didn't really give pricing on much stuff. So he wanted to try and sell it all as one lot. That rarely works out well for the seller. I ended up spotting these and a couple other items and contacted him and got pricing on them. And the pricing on the other items wasn't that out of line, but as far as for me, from a resale standpoint, I didn't want to touch them. But this, I did end up working a deal with him on. And what these are these little tiny V-blocks for grinding work. These are often called WEE blocks, W-E-E blocks. And I guess there's a couple different manufacturers that make them, and depending on who the manufacturer is will dictate how expensive these are. But these are usually kind of pricey. This particular brand right here, I do not see any markings on them, so they may very well be generic, but they're a little bit earlier generic. The two blocks are there. I already checked them. They don't have any damage. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at a V shape that could be mounted in a more standard size, larger V block. That then allows you to have this tiny little V block to work with clamp for really small parts. Say you want to grind a flat on a very small pin on your grinder. Well, this is the kind of thing that would be perfect for that. So not something you're going to use all the time, but definitely a handy little thing to have. It also comes with these little auxiliary jaws that actually shrink the size of that V to even smaller. I already had one of these from a deal I did quite a while back. So this is only the second pair of these I've ever come across. And from what I can see, I think these ones I just acquired are pretty much identical to... Yeah, they're identical, pretty much. But this case just has a little bit of an issue with the hinge on it, so I'll probably keep the one that I just got in and send this one down the road. Actually, these blocks look like they might be a little bit better condition as far as less use on them. And I also just noticed that this one is missing one of the V's. One of the days I stopped by the used tool store, and the only thing I bought was this Starrett Auto Center Punch for $10. And it works perfectly fine. And that's a Starrett 18A. Just 2 days ago, I saw that he was going to be having these large parallels for $35 for the pair, and I immediately decided I wanted to get those because they are Taft Pierce. They're actually marked. Now these are 2 1/4 by 1 1/8, but the overall length on them, they're 12-inch, give or take. And there's some minor nicks here and there. The only area where there was some significant damage was right there. So we got one little oopsie right there. It's almost looks like a dent. So probably stone that area just to make sure that that isn't proud of the surfaces. But this is still a very usable pair, and as I mentioned, they are clearly marked. So that's early Taft Pierce, probably made right here in next state over in Rhode Island. Don't know what the value is. Going to keep them for myself more than likely. So, and then while I was there, I ended up picking up. He had this little. This is a really cheap, no-name BST 927 little driver. And what it is it's these tiny Torx drivers which are used in like cell phones and stuff. And I didn't have any. I don't have any of these Torx bits down to that size, and it was only $1 for that. So, and then he had this caliper, which again, normally I don't buy any more of these unless I can get them for like dirt cheap. This one I got for $2.50. It's not a Starrett, it's a General. But what I like about it is that it's got this adjustable leg that can be spun around, and it's a scriber. So the idea, I don't want to scribe on my blocks here. All right, so the idea being is if I want to scribe a line a certain distance, I set that, preset that, and then I can just go right down. So handy little thing to have. I think I've already got one though, so I'll probably just resell these. And then one other time I went specifically to get this item right here. It's an older dirty Starrett case, but it has a nice condition Starrett dial depth gauge. It's actually a little sticky, but overall not bad. And he only had 20 bucks on this with the case, which is a good deal. And then while I was there, I scored from his, he's got like some bins there, and then like everything in the bin will be maybe like, you know, one particular bin might have stuff in there for $2 each or something along those lines. So I think this is from the $2 a piece bin. I ended up getting, taking these large center drills for those. This 4-flute end mill, just because I think it's new old stock. This ball nose end mill, just because I have less of those than others. And this Starrett square, oh no, I'm sorry, this is a Moore and Wright. This small Moore and Wright square, which I think I got for $4.50 because it's a Moore and Wright. If this was a Starrett, he would have been asking a lot more money for it. But all right, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.